I was never really a Lucky Charms eating kid growing up, but I feel like it is such an iconic American breakfast cereal and also like St. Patrick's Day related treat. So I wanted to, for St. Patrick's Day, create a Lucky Charms macaron. So I'm starting off by dumping some of the cereal just onto a plate and separating out the mini marshmallows for the cereal part. I think you can buy just the marshmallows. I don't know. So if you want to do that and then use just the cereal, or I think you could just substitute in like Cheerios or something, that would also be fine. So for the shells, I just made a regular green macaron shell. If you want more information for making the shell, please check out one of my other recipes. And then for the decoration, I just used a little bit of royal icing to create kind of a drizzle on one side. And while that is still wet, I used it as the glue to stick on both a single mini marshmallow and then some gold sprinkles. This was kind of a nod to both the cereal itself and then also just to kind of St. Patrick's Day vibes, you know, the kind of pot of gold at the end of the rainbow situation there. I at first was starting off by using all of the marshmallows, but I realized quite quickly on that the shamrocks and the rainbows made the most sense. So from this point on, I only used those two for my decoration. Because royal icing does want a little bit of time to dry, this is a really small amount, but you will want to give this like an hour or so before you start filling your macaron shells. So I would recommend for sure starting off with this decoration before you move into the filling. Know me, usually I avoid American style buttercream, but we are going for it today. I started off by powdering the rest of that just regular cereal, and then I'm going to make an American style marshmallow fluff buttercream. So we have a lot of butter here, a little bit of, well, still kind of a lot of powdered sugar, some marshmallow fluff that I got from the store. You can make it at home if you want to. And then I've got some room temperature unsalted butter that I'm just whipping up first, and then I'm going to slowly add in those other ingredients, starting with the powdered sugar, followed by the marshmallow fluff, and then finally the powdered cereal. Because I'm adding in so much of the crushed cereal, that is really going to become both a dominant taste and also texture. If you want a really super silky smooth buttercream, I would recommend just going for like a super like vanilla marshmallow buttercream and maybe dusting your shells with the cereal or adding more of the cereal onto the top of the shell. But if you're okay with having some texture in your buttercream, I just really loved having the cereal in there. And because of all the like marshmallow fluff and butter and all of that, it really just kind of all mixed together really well. So this is a sweet buttercream, right? It's a marshmallow fluff American style buttercream. It's very sugary, but also Lucky Charms are a very sugary cereal. It literally is filled with marshmallows. So I feel like if you're going to go for a Lucky Charms style macaron, you should just lean all the way in. It's fine. As you can see here at the edges of my screen, I am using my mini like creme brulee blowtorch just to heat up the sides of my bowl to make sure that everything emulsifies in really, really nicely. So I do have a fluffy, light, creamy buttercream before I add in the cereal. Yes, the cereal is going to add some texture, but you want to make sure that you have a really nice normal buttercream texture before you get to that point, because it's going to be a lot harder to bring it back to a super light, fluffy consistency after you've added the cereal if you didn't achieve that already. Again, as I mentioned, I dumped in the cereal. I added so much of that to really enhance the flavor, and then also to get just a little bit of texture on the inside as well. So as soon as I got that, I used the paddle attachment just to make sure it was as smooth as I could possibly get it. I'm gonna pipe it into my macaron shells and then get it into my refrigerator to mature. Any kind of buttercream filled macaron, especially if there isn't something like jam or caramel or a ganache center or anything like that on this inside, it's, for me anyway, and I think for a lot of people, it takes longer to mature. So if you have only been making ganache filled macarons and you do give this a try, just know that you might need to give this a day or two even longer than you would a ganache filled macaron, and that is completely fine and normal. It all has to do with the moisture content of the filling. There's nothing wrong with your shells. I really like the end result of this, and even though it was a bit sweeter than a macaron I would normally make, I just really liked it. It was a fun vibe. It was kind of a cute holiday-ish thing to do. My middle name is O'Toole, so I feel like I can lean pretty hard into the Irish vibes here. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that down below. And if you aren't already following me on Instagram and TikTok, make sure to head over there too. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!